welcome everybody to this fantastic new Thunderbird live streaming session, live coding, live hacking, whatever you want to call it. It's been a long time since the last one. It's been almost 2 months, or precisely, it's been 10 weeks. I know that because it's when I started doing my renovation of the studio. As you can see, there's a little bit of different background in terms that there's no background because it's a flat white wall, which I did. I painted, I actually removed the wall. I just installed a new drywall. I put the mud, I painted it, and it's looking beautiful. It's a flat white wall, and I'm so proud of it. So, yeah, how's everybody doing? Did you guys miss me or don't care? I don't know, whatever. Okay, today we are gonna look at a bunch of new cool stuff that are being released in Thunderbird 91, and the 91 released. 91 is available if you download it directly from the website. I'm not sure it's available in any distribution yet. In the Ubuntu store or the Ubuntu PPA, 100% it's not available. Probably Fedora, maybe Danny Collin can confirm that. But yeah, let me know in the chat as usual. What time is it in your place, in your location? What time are you watching this live streaming? Here is noon in Vancouver, Canada. It's a kind of cloudy, warmish day. It's not too bad. It's supposed to rain, but it's not raining yet. And let me know how's the what. It's raining. My wife confirmed. We got weather news. My wife just confirmed that it's raining, so it's great. Let me know how's the audio quality, because there's a mess outside. It's just so noisy. Like all the constructions that they could start, they started it right now, like 10 minutes ago. They started renovating the street, doing the garden, just demolishing a couple of houses close by. So there's everything. And there are kids playing at the schoolyard. So let me know if you can hear a mess in the microphone. I put a very aggressive noise gate, so I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but it's 1 a.m. in Bangladesh. You should go to sleep, but thank you so much for sticking around and just looking at this silly man talking some code. Thank you, Draman. It's good to be back. Thanks everyone for showing up. I'm a bit rusty. I don't know if you can say you can. I got water. It's fine. My wife now is concerned about my live streaming well-being or whatever. I don't know why. She never cared. She usually says like, "Don't be too noisy" or "Be quick because I'm hungry. I wanna eat." And so yeah. As I was saying, I don't know if you can say it, if you notice it, but I'm a bit rusty because I haven't done this in a while. So let's see how it goes. But yes, Danny, the evil eyes of Alex when he says the word kids. It's yes, this is the thumbnail of the video. It's okay. Let's take a look of what's happening here with Thunderbird. So we released Thunderbird 91. Is anyone on Thunderbird 91? Is anyone using the brand new release? Well, it's on the Thunderbird 91.0.3, but if we go to Thunderbird 91, the release notes, if I actually type the proper release notes and I don't type them wrong, we can see that Thunderbird 91 introduces a lot of super cool things. There's native support for macOS and Apple Silicon if you are on Apple Silicon. We got a super cool new user interface for adding attachments. We saw a bunch of these things in the previous live streaming where I was coding. It landed. We have a new super cool UI for the account creation as well. We saw this during live streaming. We saw the designing process and then the implementation. Now it's live on Thunderbird and we're gonna use it together now. So it's gonna be super duper awesome. A lot of cool calendar improvements, a lot of code cleanup, a lot of things happen in the backend which users won't see, but hopefully it's gonna be I don't know, faster, easier to use, less bugs, blah blah blah, stuff like that. We have a bug right now called what am I doing? TB91 found. Woof. Rough typing. Yeah, Draman. I still remember how to go because I kept working even while I was doing renovation. I don't know how to type anymore while I have the microphone in front of my face. It's just I forgot how to type. But we have this meta bug called bugs found during Thunderbird. Whenever we do a major ESR, extended support release, we have these meta bugs which keep track of all the regressions or all the issues introduced in Thunderbird 91. And so far, so good. Like a lot of things were very small and we fixed super quickly. That's why we do point release after an ESR. The 91.0.3 introduced a lot of those fixes. Usually in the 78 release of last year, this list, like the regressions and the issues was like the list was massive. So yeah, we improved a lot. There are small things that need to be fixed. I have a couple of bugs that I need to take care of, the like very small things. Maybe we're gonna deal with that. Some accessibility issues for the new attachment thing. So maybe we're gonna deal with that today. But let's take a look at Thunderbird 91. Is anyone running Thunderbird 91? Hey chat, let me know, chat. Is anyone running Thunderbird 91? No? Yeah? Maybe? You don't know. I'm sure Denny is. So, a couple of very great, super awesome improvements. First of all, the new email wizard. Oh, sorry. The new email configuration wizard, the new account setup. We designed this together basically during some previous live streaming, so this is awesome. Whenever we set up something, this is gonna find my thing, right? Yes, if we click done, actually I'm going to actually use my email so you can see all the super cool stuff, but don't tell anyone. I'm gonna use my email account to do a proper setup. And I need to be careful to not paste my password in plain text. So yeah, it's let me see if I can manage to do it without crushing everything or without showing my clear text password. Personal security and grab it by my password. Okay, so empty account. Okay. Run this. Starting from an empty account. We got, let's say, Alex, and then Alessandro, Thunderbird.net. Then I'm gonna paste my password. Continue. Boom. Finds everything. Configuration found. I want an IMAP configuration. Yes. Let's click on done. Look at this cool thing. The account was successfully created, and now I have my email address here. I have some quick links where I can set up other things, or automatically, because I connected to my email account is from Fastmail. Fastmail, Proton Mail, Fastmail. Automatically it recognizes, hey, you have a couple of other services linked to your email account. You have some address books and you have some calendar. So I say, sure, I want to set up my, actually, I want to connect my global address book. So automatically connected. And I have all my addresses. And I have also my calendars to do a Thunderbird team IPO. Okay, let's do my calendar and let's call it remote. And let's give it a nice orange because I like this. Show reminders, connect, done. So now if I click finish, it opens the email. I can skip the integration. I don't care. I have my email. I have my address book. All my contacts all imported. And I also have my calendar already set up. In fact, you can see I have a status meeting here. I have other give me the month. Yes, I have all my calendars invites and everything. It's already connected here, remote calendar with my username, location, and everything. So it does everything for you. So yes, It's awesome. That took me a long time. Another super cool thing that we implemented in 91 is a fresh new address book. So by default, if you open the address book, it just opens the regular window, pop-up window with the address, the usual old shit. But Jeff, one of our co-developers, started implementing a new address book, which you can implement through the preferences. So if you go into the config editor and you type new address book or new address book, yes, mail address book, use new address book. It's a Boolean. We set it to true. We need to restart our application, otherwise it won't work. Once you restart it, if you click address book, boom, it opens the address book into a tab, and it has this super new cool tree view here. With the new address book here, you can click edit and it shows everything in line. It's awesome. So yeah, look at this. Look at this super cool thing. This is still a work in progress. We need to improve this area. We need to improve the scrolling of this area, but this is great. Is just phenomenal. And one super cool thing is that this new address book is using a new tree view. The tree view, a tree list box. If you know a little bit about Thunderbird, you know that we're using this 3, that it's the Zool XUL3. Zool, it's like XHTML before XHTML. It was the Mozilla solution to a very limited HTML markup and availability. Now the Zool, it's very limited in that what you can do. There's a lot of performance issues and stuff like that. So is yeah, it's not great. So we are replacing it because the chat uses it, the email uses it, the message thread uses it. It's very limited. We cannot do a vertical layout. We cannot have rich list elements in there. And we're replacing it with a new 3 list item, which is the first implemented here. And first of all, if I, for example, I create a new list, let's just test list, and then second list, and then third list. Now I have my list here. And first of all, the little arrow is just animating. We are also animating the opening and revealing all this old thing, but it's going to happen later. This new list is awesome because it's pure HTML. Is literally a order list of items. And there's just a very compact, reusable JavaScript code that we can reuse around, and it's super fast, it's super snappy. We are using it right now in very small location. I don't know if I can reorder my account. Oh yes, and then we implemented this in the new list. You can reorder. I cannot reorder. Yes, I can reorder my local account. But yes, all these is done with CSS transitions. You can now drag and drop and reorder your accounts. And we're testing this new list in these small sections, like in the account settings, because we know you have few accounts, in the address book list, because this is behind a preference. So you need to manually enable it if you want. For the next version, we're going to replace this, and it's going to be awesome because you're going to be able to drag and drop everything or reorder stuff, and it's going to be super quick, super fast. We can implement super new things. It's just amazing. So super excited about it. And then another cool things that I worked on is the attachment overlay things. You can attach something, for example, Control Shift A, it opens the import little thingy. You have the shortcut that it's in the button here. If you roll over, add an attachment, Control Shift A. Let's add a picture, for example, a t-shirt picture or Yakira logo. Add a picture automatically as an attachment. It adds here. It opens this new attachment pane panel. Before it was to the left, now it's down here. We worked on this, so you know what's going on. The other super cool thing is that if we open something from the file, or actually from your file manager, you drag it above. Look at this. We have this rollover, or the is actually overlay. that asks you, what do you want to do? Do you want to add this as an attachment, or you want to insert it in line to text? If we drop it above insert in line, it just insert it in line as an image. Otherwise, add an attachment as an attachment, but of course, boom, yes. And it gives a little plus. Hey, you just added this thing. So, yeah, amazing. Hey, amazing. Yeah, then he says, awesome. Oh, hello, Chris. You won't copy my personal email password? Yeah. I trust you, Chris, 100%. Then he says it was a pain in the ass before. Yes, it was configuring your calendar and address book, everything. Even if it was remote, it was very, very annoying and not nice. Draman says those animations are done by CSS transition opening causing pop-ups. Which pop-ups? In the account setup, yes. In the account setup, all the opening and closing it's done with CSS transitions. I use CSS transitions because they are naturally GPU accelerated. It's better than using JavaScript-based transitions like height or width. You don't want to animate that. You want to animate stuff like transform X or scale X and stuff like that. So by doing that, you can leverage the GPU acceleration of the browser, and it's way faster, and it doesn't affect the CPU. Even especially for older computers, doesn't affect the CPU as much. And now that we talked about all these super cool things, we got some bugs to fix. Yeah, fun. Let me close this. Let me close that. So first of all, there's one super easy that I can tackle immediately. The add attachment button in the attachment reminder notification doesn't have an access key. And this is very, very easy to deal with. So first of all, we see if we have any bookmark available. No, let's create a bookmark called bug. What's the bug number here? 177 blah blah. Attachment access key, something like that. So we are in this bookmark here, and let's run Thunderbird super quickly, and let's see what's the problem here. So the problem is here when I open my compose window and I'm typing a message and I write a message, hey, you can find the file attached, and then I don't attach anything, or I don't have any attachment, we have a notification that says, hey, you typed attached. Do you wanna attach this thing? And you can see here the remind me later has an access key, which is the underscore to the L to say, hey, if you want the access key, you can type Alt L and it's going to select that. The add attachment doesn't have an access key. So we need to add that to the list of available access keys. And to do that, it's very easy. It's just a string change. It's going to be very straightforward. Nothing to worry about it. Let me check. Where is this button? Attach. Because I don't remember to check this button. I open the inspector. I focus on my messenger compose. And then I check this button here that should have add attachment notification reminder. This is the data L10 is a localization ID add attachment notification reminder. So I can access my code editor, search for that, and we are in the messenger composer fluent file. I don't know if you can see it. Let me zoom in a little bit. And we have the add attachment. There you go. And we have the tooltip text, but we don't have the access key. And the access key is an A. Let's leave it like that. Do we have another access key? A. We don't have any conflict in this file. We have the access key. Let's put the access key attach file access key above the tooltip text. just so we have it here. That's pretty straightforward. There's nothing else that we need to do here. Pretty simple bug that we can fix with a string change. Accessibility, yeah, yes. As a UX designer, I need to be sure that all the things are keyboard accessible and are screen reader accessible. There's another related bug to the attachment that it's a little bit more complicated because it needs some thinking before doing it. But let's see if I fix this thing. Little shout out to Lino.com. Just go to Lino.com/Alicat to get $100 off from your first 30 days of usage. Okay, that was easy. Yes, that's good because we rebuilt this from scratch. So it was attach. Add attachment. We have an underscore. So if I hit Alt A, boom, it opens the add attachment thing. And as you can see, the focus is now moved on the button. So we have the outline that says, hey, it's focus here. So if you press enter or space, it just presses the button. So it's super cool and easy for your little things. So we can do this, super easy to do. Mercurial HG add. And then HG commit. Let's write a commit message bug. Do we still have the bug number? No, we don't. Is bug, boom. Add missing access key to the add. What's it called? Is add attachment button reminder. Yes, attachment reminder button. Review, let's give it to our trusted technical director. And then we push these patches to Fabricator, and we have a command line interface application called mods fab. Fabricator is this place where we have all our blah 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 patches and we do reviews. Bugzilla is for bug tracking when we do some complicated reviews or whatever type of reviews. We're trying to move to Fabricator because we can use mods fab that automatically grabs whatever bookmark or patch we have applied and asks us, hey, you want to push it to your Fabricator services at mozilla.com? And I say, yes, I want to do it. And by using these automatically, you push the patch to the server. The server creates a revision that you can grab here. Now it's still processing, but as soon as it's done process, still in draft, it takes like a few seconds or a minute. As soon as it's done processing, wow, it's taking of course now it's slow. During live streaming now it's slow. But yeah, as soon as it's done processing, okay, as soon as it's done processing, first it sets the flag to needs a review, automatically pings for a review whatever name of the username or the nickname I put in the R equal. So it just already sends a notification to the user or an email to the user. And because I put these bug number here, automatically links it to the proper bug number. And if we refresh the bug on Bugzilla, look at that, it's already listed here. We have the Fabricator revision, just put it there. And everything is automatic. So whenever I need to update this patch, if something changes, I just do update, HG commit amend, and then mods fab and updates the patch for me. And yeah, Fabricator is pretty cool for reviews because it lists all the changes to the file. It's like GitHub, basically. You can, oh, there was an extra blank space here. There shouldn't be. You can click here and leave a comment or do a code suggestion. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, I think we fixed this. Right? We just need to wait for a review. So this is done. Let's do something else. Update master. The other issue that I have, and this is slightly more complicated, but we can take care of this, is this report. So if the account setup wizard was not closed, after a successful email account and the user clicks again on setting up an email account, the finish page is still visible. It doesn't reset. So this is a super annoying thing, and we need to take care of it. So in order to take care of this, first of all, I need to clear my profile because I want to start Thunderbird with an empty profile so I can simulate the setup of a new account. And the profile is stored normally in the object, PC, Linux, whatever, the build in the temp folder, profile default. Inside the profile default, everything, there's like my address book setup, my email setup, all the storage, all the preferences that are changed, and all this other good stuff. So we can cancel that. And now if I run once again, I don't have anything. Let's rebuild to clean up this thing. If I run it nuts again, it's gonna reopen at full screen and it's gonna ask me to set up an account because I canceled my profile, so there's nothing there. So if I do mac run, yeah, fresh new Thunderbird. There's no profile. I can go through the process. So here, let's do this again. Let's grab my password again, and I have to be super careful to not show it. This is I need a fake. I need to set up a fake email server on my computer locally so I can set up accounts super quickly. But yeah, let's do this. So let's simulate this scenario. Thunderbird.net, my password, continue, done. Continue. Okay. If I don't close this, I go to inbox here and I click on email, it just opens the account setup instead of creating a new account again. So this is not good. So whenever we open our tab here, if the tab is already open, we move the focus to it, but also we reset the whole UI to set a new account. And that's what we gotta do. Gotta do what we gotta do. Let's do this. Let's cancel the profile once again. This is very easy and very straightforward because we had that before. I think I had something similar before the first implementation. I had like a little link, set up another account, and by clicking set up another account was resetting to the initial page. But I think we have already in the account setup.js, we have onStart over. We got onStart over, switch mode, check valid form. Start from the beginning, possible new email address. Yes, I think we need to just call this onStart over if the tab is already available and focusable. So we add, I just deleted my account. Okay, profile default, restore. Go here. We add it, not wrong, in the so folder 3 holds the location of your folder IMAP. There you go. Then SQL. Oh, it's wow! It's open in SQLer. Look at that. It's automatically connected to my SQLite. Well, I don't need SQLer, but we got an SQLite database in here. We also have some DAT files, but I think we are dropping those in the future. We got the address book in the SQLite, mail. This is the local folder account. I'm not sure. Should be here. Yeah, there you go. Oof, sorry. Yeah, it's everything here in folders. In your profile default, We also store the crashes reports, the cache. We have a storage that it's based on Zool storage, but we're probably converting to just ForceGrid. We're probably converting to JSON files to save those things, or SQLite. But yeah, it's not my field of expertise, so I don't know how the profile is managed. Let's clear this out once again. Okay, so here we need to identify where the tab mail is restored. So we go in the account central, message account central. The account central, we have email, setup email, open account setup tab. We have this method here. Open account setup tab. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Give me that. Give me that. Function, open account setup tab. Tab mail. There you go. Switch to tab. That's what we're doing. We're switching to the account setup tab if it's already opened. So we need to check switch to tab. In the switch to tab, we need to grab from the, so we know, I'm thinking out loud. So in the account setup, we have this object here that should be available to the entire page. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Permit G account setup. Okay. Oh my god, so tired. And these G account setup should be accessible to the content window. So if we do this, because now we have tab mail switch to tab info. Tab info is get tab for browser tab. So let's do this. Log tab G account setup. Let's see if we actually have it. Because we tap the tab, basically we are checking, is this available? G account setup. So we can check if the G account setup in here, we can check if the current page is the finish page. And we can check by checking here, result, final edit, manual edit, can switch to mode. Switch to mode. Mode name, current mode name. We can check this current mode name, which should be find config, result, manual edit, manual edit, manual edit, success. It should be the success page. So if the current, let's do immediately like the current mode. If the current mode is success, let's see if we have access to that. Current mode. We should be able to get access to that. Shouldn't be. Oh. Well, I be damned. I didn't create a bug number. Always create a bookmark here. What did I do here? Reload SVG. I discard the changes. Don't have any changes. Oh, this is a stupid. Okay, I don't care. It's fine. Sometimes it just does that. Okay, let's create a bookmark. Bug 172 blah blah blah. Account setup, refresh, something like that. So I identify, I remember what is these thingy that I'm doing. Okay, and then we can put it back. Okay, so now that we have these, let's build these. Back build. If you can detect source of the switch tab, it is from add new account button or clicking and switching tab. If you click and switch tab, yes, we can detect the source because the tab mail is We know when the click happens on the tab, or it happens when you use like the Alt 1, 2, 3, like the shortcut keyboard. But these only happens when we actually call the method. Like we need to reset that page only when the user requests to set a new email account, not when he's switching tab. When he's switching tab, it's just switching tab. Like we don't reload things when you switch. It's like in your browser, like you have multiple websites open. When you switch the tab to another website or the same website that you have open, we don't need to reload the website. We reload the website only if you specifically click on reload. And in our case, if you click on add a new email account, we should reload that page and show it as a fresh new install, right? So yeah, let's do this. Mac run. See if we have our trustworthy console log. So if I go here and I click email account, no, current mode, G account setup is undefined. So we cannot G account setup. So G account setup is grabbed from the tab browser. The tab here is the tab browser content window. We can do this. Yes. Tab info. Tab info browser. Is the tab info browser? Tab info browser content window current mode. Should be this. See if I. All right. It's void. So there's something. Manual configuration. Yeah, it's returning the current mode because I'm in manual edit, have host name. Yay, okay. So, so we got this. Actually, I have the tab, whatever. Okay. Switch to tab. Okay. Let's now set up equal. Let's grab this because we need to tap it then to access those methods. So we got the account set up and we can say, first we switch to tab. Then we grab the account set up, or we do it before switch to the tab. So if the account setup current mode name it's identical to success, the G account setup on start over. That's the method, right? On start over. Yeah, start from the beginning. Hey, Breeze, welcome back. Hey. Egbert says, shouldn't be more logical to disable the setup email button when adding an email is still ongoing? No. No. Because users might accidentally click that. So a little user experience example. If the user is in the process of setting up an account and it's adding all the information, adding all the things, and it's, for example, let's launch Thunderbird, Mac run. Give you an example. This is one of many examples that might happen. So I'm setting up my account, right? I have a very unique setup that I need to configure manually. And in order to configure it manually, I need to change the IMAP, I need to change my port, I need to change the SSL and encryption, I need to change this one, and also I have all these settings, but I don't remember what's the port name of this. Oh, I need to grab it somewhere else. And I start like switching tabs accidentally. And then I say, oh shit, where is my tab? I don't know. I don't click here. So I click on email. Because we are not at the end of the process, we shouldn't reset this. And also, we should always give the easiest access point to the user. We cannot prevent the user or block the user from clicking on a button that is the easiest one to, oh, I need to continue setting up my email. It's easier to click on these giant blue email button instead of switching to another tab. It might happen that you're setting up another account, so you already have an account, you have multiple tabs open, you cannot find it, just click on email, it switches to there. We can reload it, safely reload it, only when the setup is completed, is done, and the user is finished, because that means we don't need to maintain or keep that final screen, because that final screen has extra things that are not vital, and we're not losing data that the user is writing. Does it make sense? I think it makes sense. Avery says, can anyone bring me up to speed on what we're doing today? We are fixing bugs here. We have a small bugs that after the setup of the account is successful, if the user doesn't close the account setup tab and clicks on add a new email address, the account setup doesn't reload. So we are checking that. And that's what we're doing here in the, when we open the account setup, we're checking if the account setup is already open, and if the account setup is in success mode, which is a unique mode that it's only triggered when you're successful and you've done everything, we can start over. So let's give it a try. Let's try to do it. Boop, boop, boop. Mac run. Egbert, yeah, thank you. But thanks for the suggestion, Egbert. That's a good point. That might be another possible approach, but we always try to avoid to overwrite what the user is doing. That, like, data loss, it's a very hot topic for us. A lot of users, whenever we refresh the UI, we change the UI, we update a page without the user specifically wanting to update that page. It's upsetting, and then we get feedback and we have bug reports. So we always try to be very careful about it. So Alex, let's add my email, thunderbird.net, password, continue. Okay, done. Okay, this is a success page. So if I go to the home page and I click email, boom, it starts again, but it needs to clear the form. Let's clear the form. This is another thing that we need to be doing on start over. So let's create a dedicated method, because we cannot change on start over, because on start over it's triggered when the user changes the email or changes the password, because on start over basically blocks any abortable, like if there's some auto configuration in background, or the Thunderbird is pinging the ISPDB to fetch your things, and you change your email or change your password, we block everything, because we are changing the data that we're sending, or we're not sending, we're changing the data we're checking against the ISPDB. So we stop any sort of configuration and we clear the current configuration, but I cannot change these because this is used for everything. So if I reset the form in this method, it's just gonna upset a lot of people. So we need to create a dedicated account or a dedicated method. Let's do restart. Restart setup. Let's call this method here like that. And we don't have a restart setup method, right? Okay, on start over. Where do we put this method? I think it's pretty at the beginning after switch to mode. Yeah, I think right after switch to mode. Let's put it here. So if we do this, restart setup, boom, and boom, and put a comma, comment, restart the entire account setup by clearing the UI, clearing the form fields, and resetting the UI to the first page. Okay, first of all, as a safe, we always call the on start over, because on start over clears everything, stops the abortable, clears the configuration, switches to mode start, check if the valid form. We don't care about the valid form. We called this before because we're checking the valid form, but here we clear the form. Clear form. No, we don't have it. We have check valid form. Is valid form. Where is the form? We need we need the form here. So let's open the account setup. XHTML. Don't remember, we have a form name. Form ID form. That's the form name. That's the form ID. It's form. Okay. Argument get element by ID. Pretty easy. Form reset, because form reset is a standard HTML form reset API from the MZLA MDN web docs. Yeah, form resets. Method restores a form element default value. So by doing this, automatically we resets the input fields, the checkboxes, it's any other thing that we add to the form, we just check everything. And we run these after the onStartOver, because onStartOver has the check valid form. We don't want to check if the form is valid before we reset it, I think. Because the form is valid, what it does. Actually, we want to do it after, because the isValid form is not making it dirty, like it's not adding flags, warning flags, hey, the form is not valid, but it's actually disabling the continue button, hiding the manual config. So I think this needs to run before, sorry. Oh my God. This needs to run after we reset the form. I think it's correct, right? Let's give it a try. Mac build. Mac goose. Let me check if what did we change? We changed one. The account setup. We changed just these two. Yeah, that's perfect. Very easy fix, actually. Like 4 lines of code, if it works, if it's correct. Okay. Draman says a hook into existing method instead of creating one. I could. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Draman. It's true. Yeah, I get pass a boolean here that's by default it's false. It's not set. I mean, yeah, I like your suggestion. Reset form. Put it to false. If reset form, reset the form. That's a good stuff from so here we need proper comments. That's a good suggestion. That's the beauty of doing live streaming coding. You got suggestion from way smarter people than me. Okay, here we got a boolean, which by default it's false. Reset form. If we need to true, if we I don't know how to type anymore if we need to reset the form. Start over and reset form. It's false. Ooh. Aha. Instead of doing this, we can do this. No, okay. No. That's sorry. I was thinking to do this. So we have a Boolean automatically saying we can avoid the condition, but that would mean that on start over needs run every time we switch to the tab, and we don't want to do that. Typo? Typo? Boolean. Actually, let me check if this is the format that we're using. I don't remember the convention. Boolean. What's the default? Is this the convention that we're using? That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, it seems like this is the convention that we're using. Okay. Yes, docs. It's always fun. False. Makes sense, right? Oh, I'm hungry. Okay, let's build this beauty and let's give it a try one more time. One more time. Let me clear the profile so we start from a clean slate. I really need to set up a local email server so I can test these things way faster without every time setting up my actual account. Can you imagine like the Fastmail server guys, the DevOps and server, like the CSATMe, Fastmail, seeing every morning or in bursts, pinging and connecting. Like, how many times is this guy setting up his email account? Like, why is it constantly setting up his email account? Okay, so we got this, and then whoopsie, we got boom, boom, set up. This is done. Okay, I switch to the main tab. I switch to the account central. Click on email. Boom. Restart. Why it's focused on the password? Because it was the last focus that I had. So I need to focus on the first name. Real name. Document. Get element by ID. Actually, I think we have this somewhere. Do we have it available? That this real name? No, this is the value. We hold the value. We don't hold the field. I guess it's fine. Okay, it's good. I think it's fixed. Do we like it? I like it. We got a space before. And just to be sure, yes, this check valid form is not actually form validation. The check valid form checks if we have any valid information in those fields. And if we don't, we update the buttons. So the continue button is no, we cannot do the early return there. We need to keep all those methods, because those methods, they need to reset the configuration, abort whatever process is happening. If, for example, we are checking for connected calendars, it's in the background, and then we are switching to the mail tab or to the main tab and then clicking again, setting up an email account while the calendar checking and the address book checking is still in process. We need to abort those, and that method takes care of aborting everything. And also this check valid form takes care of updating the buttons to make it disabled, enabled, hiding the manual configuration button, and all the stuff. So these things needs to run. Yeah, it's all part of the reset. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good. HG add, HG commit. Oh, you know what we could do? I think we could add a test. Let me commit this. I think we need to add a test for this scenario to be sure that we're resetting properly. Yeah, we need to add a test. Bug. Reset account setup if the user wants to open a new one. The user reset the account setup if how do I short commit message for the, because the scenario is reset the account setup if the user opens it again when it's already opened, but on the success mode, on the success final page, on the final page. Yuck. When on the finish page. Okay, reset the account setup if the user tries to set up a new one and the tab is still open on the finish page. This is like this is fucking terrible. Yeah, we use Moki tests. Reset the account setup. Jesus, this thing. Yeah. Reset the account setup. We're setting the whole setup, not just the form. Reset the account setup on revisiting, on hitting add new email account. If tab is still open on the finish page. Reset the account setup on revisiting on add new email without revisiting. I think we can keep it. I think it's understandable. Reset the account setup on add new email account if tab is still open on clicking add new email account if tab is still open on the finish page. I think it makes sense. Oh. You still have a typo. Reset the account setup on clicking. Typo revisiting. I removed revisiting, so it's fine. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, let's add a test. And then we can call it a day. We got the browser, mail wizard. What is that? Mail, yeah, mail account setup wizard.js. Okay, so here we have this long list of test mail account setup. I implemented one test that actually runs proper configuration. So we trigger password test full account setup. There you go. I created this because we're initializing a fake IMAP and SMTP server in order to complete the setup and simulate a proper setup account. This was very tricky to configure, but I did it. So at the end of this, before the user, oh no, yeah, I think I need to set up again. Final view showed, yes. The tab shouldn't change even when you create a new account. Yes, okay. Standard UI process, yeah. Tab change, yes. So I need to basically copy all of this. Yuck. Okay, let's do, I need to duplicate this whole thing because in these tests currently, we also check the setup of the calendar or the address book. And then when the user clicks finish, we want to be sure that we're switching to the main mail tab and we're actually loading messages. If I test the fact that they switch to the main tab and I click open email account, and the account tab, it's reset, I will lose all the ability to test the other things. So I need to copy this whole thing. Yuck. Yuck, 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 yucky. Oof. Boom. Okay. Restore the original pref. Yeah. Female 3 banners currently selected tab. Tab change. Close the wizard. Yeah, this finish button. Ah, this whole thing. I'm doing everything just for the final step. Oh my god, this is annoying. So I don't click on the finish button. Tab change. Switch to tab. I need to switch to the mail tab. Okay. Switch to the primary mail tab. Then switch to, actually, let's do it through the menu. Open the, click on add new email. Oof. Wow, my typos today. Email account in the menu. Confirm that the account tab was focused and the form was properly reset. These are the steps that I have to do it. I have to come, yeah, these are all the steps. And here I can move it up, away, tab change, confirm, restore the original, yeah, and then we can restore the original pref. Close the server, actually. Wait for Thunderbird to get to the check for messages. After tab change, we can wait and then close the IMAP server and SMTP because we don't need to handle those anymore. Restore the original pref. Okay. Correcting, we don't know. I have an excuse. I already use my desktop keyboard. I am tired, Draman. I seem tired. Yeah, I am super tired. You can see I have low energy here because, as I said, I've been doing renovation. I'm the one doing the renovation. I'm rebuilding my entire apartment. So I work during the day, then I stop working at around 5, 6 p.m. And then I do renovation for a couple of hours every day. Has been like that for 2 months. So I am tired. So I think I am going to pause it for today because, yeah, I feel very tired. I don't know if you guys have any questions, guys and girls. I don't know if anyone has any question, in the chat, or a couple of things. So I have 2 videos in the can. I need to record and edit. One is, it's gonna be very funny, and I don't want to reveal it, but it's gonna be fun. The other one is a review of the XP Pen. It's a drawing tablet that apparently, allegedly, works with Linux out of the box. And it's amazing. So you don't need any weird third-party services, weird third-party apps, or tweak your kernel or whatever. It's just plug and play. It should. Yeah, I'm very excited about it. I'm waiting for it. And then we had the other video that I'm not gonna reveal. And then I am going to start again completing the WordPress Gutenberg series. Then I'm gonna start doing live streaming to continue coding my wife's website, because I need to finish my wife's website. I put it on hold because I renovated I'm doing a renovation, but that needs to happen. And then I'm starting again the Vala GTK Vala tutorials, because there's a lot of going on in Akira. I didn't stop doing working on Akira. Akira is progressing at a fast pace. There's a new contributor that it's helping writing highly performant code. We're switching to GTK4, so it's going to be very interesting doing all this good thing. And I learned many more things in Vala. Like I started, I feel more confident in Vala, so I think I can do better tutorials now. I can give better information. So we're gonna build a bunch of Vala apps, especially we're gonna use all the new cool things that Elementary OS 6 released with the built-in Flatpak release. Like you can create a Flatpak manifest and push it. It's gonna be super awesome. So TBS, how to hack Insta. Don't do it. just don't do it. Masood asks, I want to be a full stack developer, so what can I do for this? Oh, that's a very broad question. Start small. Start or from front end or from back end. Don't try to start, I'm gonna do full stack right off the bat. Start to, oh wow, start with something that you like. What you like the most. Wrong room. Start what you like the most. Do you like most front end or back end? Just pick what you like, stick with it for a year, and build a lot of things. The important thing is just, it doesn't matter what type of language you pick, what type of technology you choose, what type of stack you follow. It's just build. Just push your code on GitHub. Build. Start very small. Build a very simple, small applications, build a page, build a website, and then go bigger and bigger and bigger. And after a year that you're comfortable with front end, switch to back end. All the things that you built in the front end, try to create a back end for that. And then do back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Don't settle. If you really want to improve your skills as a full stack developer, don't settle only on one thing for too long. That's what's happening to me, basically, because in the past, I was working in digital agencies, so I always had clients with very different needs. I was like building a WordPress site, and then a Laravel community-driven something very large, and then I was managing mail servers, and then I was managing a hosting service. So I was managing I was doing all these kind of things. So I was every day I was using my skills in full stack and DevOps and all these testing and user testing and designing. I was doing all these things. Now on Thunderbird, I do mostly JavaScript, very front end heavy. I do a lot of UX and UI. There's a little bit of C++, but I'm not that good in C++, so I need to learn. But like it's been 3 years almost now that I've been working on Thunderbird, and I'm seeing my skills in PHP, in Laravel, in C, just going very, very low, like just like losing a little bit of the knowledge and being slower because it's normal. Draman, focus trap on modals for accessibility. Tab in the end of the modal should return to address bar or back the first focusable element in the modal. Focus trap on modals for accessibility. Tab in the end of the modal. Okay, tab at the end of the modal should return to address bar. Asking for a friend. Tab at the end of the modal should return to the address bar or back the first focusable element in the modal. In the modal, if you have an element that is taking over your UI, the focus should remain trapped in that element until that element is dismissed. Because if you then focus on the address bar, that modal should be dismissed. But the user might tap, and just switch between elements in the modal and not wanting to accidentally close it. So just stick with the modal. Another way of asking, should address bar be in the tab order or should be skipped? It depends on the scenario. If you're in content, so you're in the page and you're focusing with the page things, you should stick with the page. If your focus is on the UI of your application, on the buttons or the tab or the toolbar, then the focus should stick with those elements. Those are two things, like in content and out of content. It's really tricky to manage switch like a proper, like a no friction flow between in content and out of content keyboard navigation. So those things should be separated. Oh, I knew it. I got an argument with a contributor. He believed that it should back the address bar as well. It's very unusual. It's very tricky. It shouldn't. It's funny because whenever there are these arguments with users, it's always because they have a unique workflow or they have a unique case in which, oh, only now I need to switch to the tab bar, only now. So they want it because they happen to encounter that scenario, and for them it's absolutely important. But it's it's kind of like a foreign scenario that it doesn't apply to everyone, so it's very tricky. But they demand these things. Smile Network asks Python. Python is great. Python is going through some redevelopment or re-architecturalizing. They're rebuilding it because modern Python is not as fast as modern C++. Like after C++ version 20, C++ just skyrocketed in terms of performance, in terms of memory management. It's just so fast. So the creator of Python, released a blog post, I think a couple of months ago, saying that Python needs to be restructured very drastically because it cannot compete with modern C++, and the speed is affected. And it's still a great choice for applications, but it feels like it's slightly niched now. Before, even Ubuntu was pushing Python for native applications a lot. And now Ubuntu went the Flutter way, which is fucking stupid. It's an ace. Thank you for your question, Draman. It's always happy to honor. The user is always wrong. Kidding. The user is always emotional. That's the thing. The user reacts to an interface as something that doesn't work in an emotional way, and it's up to the developer and the designer to try to create a user interface that keeps your calm emotions always in check. Just it's fine. Like, don't get upset or frustrated or stuff like that. But yeah, um, yeah, I think that's it. That's it for today. I'm sorry for my low energy. I need to get back to speed. But hey, we fixed a couple of bugs. I need to create a test for that second one, and then we can push it and ask for a review. So we fixed a couple of bugs. Gonna continue working on this afternoon, and then around 6 p.m. I'm gonna continue renovating my house. I need to install a baseboard. I need to paint a couple of trims. I need to organize my closet. Yes, I installed shelves in the closet today. So yeah, and I need to sleep more, but also I need to walk my dog, even if it's raining. Yeah, well, thank you so much, everyone, for being part of this live streaming. It's always great to chat with someone and get suggestions and just share my code. It's beautiful. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see something specific about Thunderbird, some specific section. If you have a feature that it's missing in Thunderbird, you would really want to implement it, to want to see it implemented. As usual, leave a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Share this video with your friends and family. Force your grandma to look at my videos. Just, I need those views for my grandma. Thank you, Egbert. Thank you, Draman. Thank you, Denny. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Spot. Thank you, all the people connected online. So yeah, thank you. I'll talk to you in the next live session. And until then, as usual, happy coding. Bye.